That's like the Monday Night Football thing, but it's Sunday day football for the Detroit Lions.
Sunday.
I'm going to get this one last Sharon Anson, but give us a little preview. Who's playing today?
Stafford is playing today.
Is he?
That looks like that's the facts here. We talked on Thursday that we were wondering, did we see Matt Stafford's final game as a Lion last week?
Hell no, we didn't.
No, we did not, and I'm really happy about that.
What did I say? I said that was not his last game.
You did. And I'm a huge Stafford fan. After the fact, thinking about the fact that I didn't get to enjoy that game, thinking, hey, this might be his last game, I was kind of hurt by that. So these last few games, as long as he's healthy, it's going to be nice to kind of really enjoy these possible last three.
Do you have a greater appreciation for Matthew Stafford now?
I really
it's like,
do.
oh my God, this could be it.
Yeah, for sure. And it didn't hurt when his wife brought all of the donations through. Like, there's a lot of love for the Stafford family from Woodward right now. That's for sure.
Right. So shout out to everybody watching right now. I know you can hear us, but you can't see us because the screen's all black. But we're figuring that out as we go now.
We're just covered by presents. The presents are covering all of us.
The presents took over the camera, but we're giving away $1,000 today, and it's the same way we always do it on Sunday. Yep. What you got to do is you got to guess who scores the first touchdown of the Lions game, who scores what the final score is going to be.
And the most important?
You got to share, baby.
That's right.
Sharon is Karen is loving, and are we good, Adam?
Yeah, you guys are good.
What happened, buddy?
You can see us again. All right.
What happened? As you can see, we got a new layout behind us. Well, I hope you can see right now, but I can't see it on my end though.
What do you mean? You guys are good live. I see you beautiful.
Oh, there we are.
We are. We're looking good.
Okay.
Man. Looking good.
Well, as you can see, we got a beautiful setup behind us. Adam's been working very hard on some of the technology. So as we're learning, we're learning.
Exactly.
But that being said, let's get you guys $1,000 today. Share this post, guess who's going to score the first touchdown, and guess the final score of the game. We've given away $3,000 already this year. It's right before Christmas. This would be a good time to give away some more money.
Yeah, get your friends and family involved. Have them all share it, and I mean, take $1,000 home. It's Christmas time.
Well, and it's just fun to like have some stake in the game without having to put any stake in the game. Like, that's the best part. A couple weeks ago, you were very close to the final score, and it just made the game even more exciting to watch. And you don't have to gamble. It's literally not gambling because you're just leaving a comment.
Well, it's funny because this competition or this prize each week has galvanize our crew into having a little Sunday Lions game each and every week. And so we've got like 8 people over there, a bunch of girls that don't care about football, but they got their shares in and their guesses in. And we had one girl last week that was really close, and so up into the fourth quarter, she was ecstatic. It definitely adds another element to the game on Sundays.
We got to say what's up to Jeffrey, to Dave, to Josh, to Sharon, to Kenny. What up, Kenny Burke? We got a couple guesses already. Derrick Henry, 34-24 Tennessee. Henry, 41-24. Titans win, 27-19. Derrick Henry. So a lot of people are putting their eggs in the Derrick Henry basket today.
He's a fucking savage.
Yeah.
Running downhill all day long.
I'm terrified of Derrick Henry and what he's going to do to us tonight.
You should be.
Or today. Like, I feel like we're literally looking at that meme with the little girl sitting there with the 5 dudes all lined up behind her, and they're all Derrick Henry, and the little girl is the Lions defense. Like, that's how I feel he's looking at us right now. I mean, we let up 132 yards a game, which is damn near the bottom in the league. And then our passer rating is damn near the bottom of the league that we allowed. That's 104. So I don't know how we stop this offense today,
It's going to be a long day for the Lions defense for certain. Our best bet is going to be Stafford moving the ball and running the score up so that they can't run it.
Running the score up. I would love that. I would love to see it running the score up.
That's right. I do think that this team, Tennessee's defense isn't great by any means. They're good, but I think that the Lions can make this into an air battle and take it off the ground, which is the key to victory in my terms.
See, and I think it's the exact opposite. I think we need to own the ground and keep them off the fucking field, because anytime we let those guys on the field, you know, you got to be selling out to stop Derrick Henry, and as soon as you sell out to stop Derrick Henry, you got Corey Davis and A.J. Brown just catching bombs from Tannehill. And one thing I want to bring up is this is kind of the battle of the hot wives. Have you seen Tannehill's Woman?
I think we talked about Tannehill's Woman the very first show that we ever had.
I think we did too. So you got Kelly Stafford versus Tannehill's girl. Both beautiful, beautiful blonde women. We can't thank Kelly enough, though. I go with Kelly because of her pure heart. I don't know the Tannehill chick at all. She could be the nicest chick in the world, but she didn't drop off fucking toys.
And she's not a Detroiter.
No. So I'm going Kelly Stafford all day in that quarterback matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
The over-under for today's game has fluctuated a little bit. 52.5 it is right now. But the point spread has really fluctuated.
Yeah, it's been all over.
We were debating before this because, Anson, you saw 11. Adam saw 9.5. I saw 10. So really, we're looking at a double-digit point deficit for the Lions going in if you're betting.
It's going to be a high-scoring game for certain. It's a lot of points to cover. 9.5, 11, 9, whatever it is.
It is a lot.
We're settling on 9.5 here for our conversation, but it's just a lot of points to cover no matter how good your offense is.
Yeah, and if Derrick Henry runs for 300 yards, I mean, it's just crazy to me that this dude has had over 200-yard rushing games this year, and then he's had 800-yard rushing games this year. I mean, there's Dr. Yaldo's brother. Shout out to the Yaldo Eye Center and Dr. Yaldo. Thank you for my LASIK. I love you very much for that.
He did it for you, huh?
He did. Best decision I've ever made in my life. Like,
huge
for real.
change immediately?
I was out to dinner that night, like seeing across the restaurant. It was, if you want LASIK, Dr. Yaldo's your man. You're out to dinner that night. Go to Olive Garden like I did.
Awesome.
Classy.
Awesome.
What's that? Okay. Let's check out the standings right now, because the big thing I've always focused on is if the Lions are in the hunt. The Lions are no longer in the hunt.
Well, they're technically not eliminated. For me, I'm more interested in the fact that they're picking number 11 next year.
Okay.
And a couple of losses, a couple of wins by other teams, and they could be a top 5 drafter.
Yeah. Adam, how are you feeling about the standings and the Lions right now? By the way, Adam's in here. He's a fan favorite. He's trying to hide behind producer Cam, so we got to bring Adam in. What you thinking about today's game, Adam?
What was the question?
What do you think about the standings right now and the Lions in general, where they should be?
The Lions are exactly where they should be. No. I think what's important to what Anson said, it's not about where you pick, it's who you pick.
Yeah.
So my only concern is injury-wise. DeAndre Swift with a concussion, Matthew Stafford now with his rib injuries. You don't want to risk anything that'll be detrimental towards the future of the team, but
are you surprised?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Are you surprised they're playing, Adam? Stafford and
no,
and Swift?
Stafford's a tough guy, man. Like, he has to be put in there with like the Eli Mannings, the Brett Favres, and that long-term longevity of playing through injuries.
Yeah, I expected Stafford to play. Like, when everybody was saying it was his last game as a Lion, first of all, I can't even process that in my brain.
I know, it is
that
weird.
Matthew Stafford's not the quarterback of the Detroit Lions. That's going to be a weird day when and if that comes, but it's not going to come because of an injury. It's going to come on his own terms, baby.
I love that. He's never really let injury stand in his way at all.
No. He's been the model tough guy of quarterbacks. Like, you may think what you want about Stafford, but when you're watching the national broadcast, and every national broadcast brings up two things. One, he's the toughest guy. He started for 12 years in this league. And two, he played baseball with Clayton Kershaw. Those are the two things that get mentioned every single time with Matthew Stafford.
Kershaw always comes up, man.
Yeah, but when you're watching Kershaw, Stafford doesn't come up in his story. That's the one thing I hate. That is not a balanced mention cycle.
If Stafford had a ring or an MVP,
Kershaw didn't have a ring till last year.
He had a lot of Cy Youngs.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. You mentioned Stafford. I want equal opportunity on these fucking mentions from these little league players from Texas.
I'm not going to fight you on that one.
Just want some love, man. I'm so sick of hearing about Clayton Kershaw.
You know, I'm kind of curious about Tannehill's resurgence in Tennessee. How is this guy so average and is so good in Tennessee?
He wasn't average. You know, I love Tannehill. Yeah. You knew that. He wasn't average before that. He was on. He
loves average quarterbacks. Let's be real.
He wasn't an average quarterback coming out of the draft.
He was a wide receiver, first of all, coming out of the draft.
Tannehill?
Yeah, he was a wide receiver in college.
No, he was a quarterback.
No, he was a wide receiver at first. They transitioned him to quarterback.
In college,
In college, okay. Yeah.
Not through the draft
But
process.
anyways.
that speaks to his athleticism right off the rip.
Yeah.
And then, like, when he got drafted to the fucking Dolphins. Like, with Adam Gase Dolphins.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to perform well in that offense. And he did. When he played, he'd get you about 50 rushing yards, and he'd get you about 200. Because I drafted him in our Dynasty League. So, I've tracked this guy for a long time.
He's been a Tannehill apologist for many
Not
years.
apologist, just dude. The guy's got a smoking hot wife. He's a dual threat quarterback. And when he was playing on the shitty Dolphins, he still put up stats. Now you give him the best, one or two best running game. What do you say? Cleveland and Titans. I mean, just because Cleveland has the 1-2 punch, I'd put them in that.
I'd rather have Henry.
You'd rather have Henry?
Yeah.
See, that doesn't give you much insurance, though. Henry goes down, what happens?
Well, that's true.
Darrington Evans.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the depth in Cleveland is great, but in terms of just having a running back to be able to line up with and take that heat off of you.
Right.
Henry, everybody's putting extra in the box for.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I just take the insurance of the Browns because if Chubb goes down, I got Kareem Hunt. Hunt goes down, I got Nick Chubb.
You just said the insurance of the Browns. That hasn't been said in a long time.
Yeah, fuck the Browns. Once again, that's something my brain cannot wrap my head around, is just how the Browns are an actually good team.
I have a question. We talked about Swift. He's got 7 touchdowns right now. If he can get 3 more touchdowns to the end of this season, he's got 10 touchdowns. Is he in the Rookie of the Year conversation?
No.
Is that all you fucking look for?
No.
Seriously, man? Like,
that's it? There's no way.
The guy's had concussion issues. He's not in the Rookie of the Year conversation.
Yeah.
He's not even close.
He hasn't made an impact.
I'm just asking, if he comes out and has 3 straight 100-yard games and gets over the 10 touchdown
You know,
mark,
and if I didn't have a dick, I'd be a woman. And so, come on.
Not true. It's 2020. But either way,
right.
I just don't think he's done enough. He isn't a big of an impact player. Like, if Hawkinson was a rookie this year, I'd put him in that conversation because of the numbers he's putting up. I'm saying if this was his rookie season, I'd put him in the MVP conversation.
Okay.
But Swift, no. I mean, like, his biggest moment of the year is dropping a pass and losing the game.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
You know, you put him up against an Antonio Gibson stat line. You put him up against, what Herbert has done. You put him up against what even Tua has come in and done. Joe Burrow before. There's just so many rookies that made an impact this year. Swift is probably 10th on the list.
He's right around 6 or 7. But
Yeah, okay. That's
a
fair.
strong finish.
Anson, I don't know what the fuck you've been watching all season, bro.
I mean, I can break down the
There are
list
defensive players who are having better years than DeAndre Swift.
That's why they have an offensive Rookie of the Year and a defensive
Well, what
Rookie
about
of the Year.
James Robinson? I mean, Swift isn't even close to what
But
Robinson has done.
he really is, though.
He's not.
I said I
He's
broke it
not.
down.
Come
Okay.
on, Anson.
All right. I mean, if you guys listen, I'm not talking about right fucking now. I'm talking about through 15, 16, 17. Antonio Gibson ain't playing for the next 3 weeks, is
Right,
he?
but he
All
still
right?
has 11 touchdowns.
Sure.
Swift's got to score 4 more to even get there.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
he
asking
hasn't
a
had
question.
the impact.
If he has a huge finish to the season, when you have a bunch of these guys that are struggling and trending down,
Yeah.
James Robinson is in half the plays that he was 2 weeks ago. Herbert is struggling. There's a lot of guys that aren't playing the way that they were in the first half of the season, and everybody has that vision of these guys as the rookies. And I mean, Swift got 7 touchdowns. If he
You
finishes,
think he's going to hop Justin Jefferson though? Even if he scores 6 touchdowns the remainder of the way, has he had a more impactful season than Justin Jefferson?
What is happening right now?
What?
I don't understand you, Anson.
you don't need to.
He's
I'm asking a
nowhere
question
near.
here, man.
He's nowhere near right now the level of what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
When I look at Justin Jefferson, he's probably the guy. There's a couple other ones, but these guys have been trending down, man. If Jefferson comes out and struggles against the Bears today and has a couple of bad outings to finish the season, and
I just
Swift
think
goes
there's
up,
so much that has to happen for that to happen.
Yeah.
He's got to leapfrog. Like you even said, he's 6th right now. That means he has to leapfrog 5 other rookies.
I
Hope
just
they
don't
tank
think-
down the end of the season, and he's
So
got to
who's
have
your
a
Rookie
great
of the Year?
Jefferson.
Okay.
I mean, Jefferson's setting records. Anytime you're impacting a team like that, you replace a perennial Pro Bowler and then put up better numbers than Stephon Diggs, you're the Rookie of the Year to me.
He's not putting up better numbers than Diggs, but they're
comparable.
Diggs got 114 catches, man.
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking in the offense that he's in. Like, I'm talking about in the Minnesota offense. When Diggs left and Jefferson replaced him, there was zero drop-off.
No, for sure.
Zero drop-off.
I agree with that.
So that's where it's like, okay, to me, it's Jefferson all day, and I know you love to hear that.
I mean, I do. I was taking a look at Swift's numbers, and if with AP looking to take a back seat here, I don't think he should really even be playing, considering he is kind of dinged up and he's the future. But I do like him as a possible candidate if he finishes strong, man.
Right. Let's go over some of these guesses real quick. We got 38-24 Titans, Derrick Henry. 42-21 Titans, Derrick Henry. Right. Let's see, who else? Swift is not in the conversation. Oh, there's no sound or video right now, Adam.
I know.
You know? Well,
Yeah.
tell us if there's no sound.
No, just keep going. Go with the show.
Keep
You're fine.
going.
It's going to be live in like literally 10 seconds.
Adam is working on it. Let's go, Adam.
So, I mean, who's relevant in the game today?
I got like 4 players to watch. Obviously, first and foremost, Derrick Henry.
Yep.
I mean, he's the crux to their whole offense. If you can stop him, you have a shot.
Yep.
But that still doesn't mean Tannehill isn't going to beat your ass.
No doubt.
So Derrick Henry, to me, is the biggest player in this game to watch.
I feel like there's 4 guys on each side. I think we all kind of know who they are. Stafford and Tannehill.
Yep.
The running back in both situations, Swift and Henry. The number 1 receiver on both sides, Joan and A.J. Brown.
Yep.
And then the next one is a little less secure for me, and that's Hawkinson and then Corey Davis. So, but 4 names that you can probably plug into your fantasy lineup and are probably good to put up some good numbers and possibly a score today.
Yeah, I got Hawkinson as one of my players to watch too. And what's interesting about Hawkinson, though, when I was doing my research on him this morning, he's a top 3 tight end right now statistically, right?
Okay.
Fantasy-wise, he's top 3. But he's 17th in yards after catch. So that means all of his yards are coming through the air, and he's not breaking a lot of tackles. He's not, like, extending the play a little more. Not that he's having a bad season. That was just a kind of interesting stat to me that he's doing so well without having a breakout run or breaking tackles or doing like a George Kittle where he's busting a 70-yarder, something like that.
The thing that I've seen out of him is he's so good at a lot of different things. That's why he was selected so high.
Yeah.
But I don't see him being that breakaway athletic player like a Kittle and like a Kelsey. You don't see that side of athleticism from him.
Do you think that's because of the play calling we get him? Because a lot of our play calling with him is like, little screen pass to the left. There's not a lot of wiggle room. We're not getting him wide open in space a lot. He's making a lot of contested catches. He's making the catches, which is great, but I would imagine what he would be if he averaged even 5 yards extra per catch.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of it is scheming. We're not finding him in open space and passing the rock to him far down the field. It's a lot of dink and dunk, check down stuff. I would like to see them design a lot more plays for him and get him in space, like you said.
Yeah, I love that play they ran for him last week, that little shovel pass for the touchdown like that. That had Kansas City written all over it.
Yeah.
Kansas City, baby.
Yeah.
Deshaun Hand is one of my players to watch today because I need to see the defensive line for the Detroit Lions control the fucking line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
They need to. If they're not blitzing, those 4 down linemen, Deshaun Hand is especially the guy I want to see because I feel like he's been coming on lately. And if he can continue to progress and be something we can build around on defense moving forward, I'd be happy with that. We need a mean offensive line or defensive lineman.
Yeah, he was kind of a steal, I thought. I'm a big fan of Hand.
Yeah, I got Hawkinson, and then A.J. Brown is my 4th player to watch today. He's had 3 games with 100-plus yards, and what's scary about that is on the other side, Corey Davis has had 4 games with 100-plus yards. So if you shut down A.J. Brown, you got to worry about Corey Davis, which shout out to the Broncos. We've all had some good times up at Western Michigan University.
They have a lot of pretty women over there.
Yeah, I know. I've been through them. Very nice.
Shout out to the beautiful Bronco women of Western.
Yeah, and shout out to the trashy ones who always gave me a chance. I loved partying at Western when I was young, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Because I went to University of Detroit, and we didn't really have much of a party scene. Like, the cool part about going to University of Detroit is you could always go to Canada to party.
Yep.
But, dude, we would always drive to Michigan State, then Western, then Central, and didn't party too much at Michigan. Every Michigan party was very strange.
Yeah, they got beautiful Asian girls there.
Wow. All right.
That's about it.
But that's about it.
That's about it. They got a real big shitty stadium that nobody cares about.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel. As you can tell, Anson is a Spartan.
I am alumni.
Yeah, you are alumni.
But no, bro, being able to drive to Western and Central right there, as great of a party scene as we had at State, it's hard to compare to the beauties over in Western, man.
Yeah, Western, great
Central
times.
Western weekend, wow,
Woo!
good times.
Woo, baby.
No
All
doubt.
right, so those are my players to watch. We're getting some more guesses in here in the chat. Make sure you're guessing who scores the first touchdown, guessing the final score of the game, and sharing this Facebook Live for your chance to win $1,000 in cash. Cold, hard cash.
I'm going for that today.
You're going for it today?
I'm going for it today.
Well, we'll get to your guests in a little bit. Is that cool?
Yeah, take your time, man.
Anson's been going for it the whole season.
We
still
all
can't
have,
win.
though. Like, I haven't gotten it right at all.
Have you gotten close?
Yeah, a couple times. There was one week when I was like 2 points away. Adam and I actually were very close. Like I was 2 points over, he was 2 points under, or something like that. But it's fun. It's fun to guess because not only are you watching the game, you're rooting for a specific score to happen, and it invests you more in the game.
When your guy gets the first touchdown, you are in, boy.
Yeah.
And he's at the edge of your seat,
then you're all in.
Absolutely.
And apparently everybody in the chat today is going with Derrick Henry. So if Derrick Henry doesn't score first, nobody's winning money today.
I've been waiting all season for somebody to score from special teams first.
Right, like a kick
That
return.
smile, I love it.
Yeah, I'd love to see Tannehill scramble one in. I could see that happening. I could see a Titans win, but Hawkinson scores the first TD on the first drive. Lions don't score another TD till garbage time. 38-20 Titans win big. Lions move to the 7th pick in the draft. That's from Brian.
There's a lot that makes sense in that comment.
Yeah.
A whole lot of it.
Brian Sprader, smart guy.
Yeah, it could be a blowout. And the Lions could use it because, it matters who you pick and not where you pick. But it certainly helps when you pick higher.
We can debate that all day.
True.
I mean, we drafted Charles Rogers number 2 overall. We drafted Mike Williams. What was he, number 9?
Rest in peace, Chuck.
We drafted Titus Young in the 2nd round. Like, I don't care where we draft. I care who we draft, and I want players. I just want players.
Well, I saw a mock of us taking Jalen Waddle out of
We're not.
Alabama.
Don't listen. ESPN are the biggest fucking idiots you'll ever reach.
Somebody else, but
whoever he is
Adam
an idiot.
Adam likes the quarterback.
I would
out of
hate
BYU.
that pick, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Adam likes
I
the
would hate
quarterback.
that pick at 11.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Who would you take at 11?
I don't think we're going to draft at 11. That's the thing.
don't
I think we're going to be top 8.
But right now, if we pick right now at 11, who would you take?
Depends who's available. It's just a
course.
mock draft. Like,
But who do you want, Adam?
Who's your
I don't want
dream?
anybody at 11. I don't think we're going to be picking
Who do you
there.
want at 8? Play with us.
He likes the quarterback out of BYU, but not in the 1st round, right?
No, third, fourth round.
But he's going
if
to
you
go
can
in the
get
1st round. Every mock
If he goes in
He's
the
a
first
player,
round,
dude.
that GM should be fired.
Every mock I see has him going maybe even top 15, top 10.
Whatever GM makes that decision should be fired.
So let's say, not our boy from Clemson, but let's say Justin Fields is available at 7. Do we take him?
You have to.
You have to?
Absolutely.
Look, you made the mistake this year
Yep.
of taking Jeff Okudah at 3 instead of trading back and maybe trading back a second time and
Right.
reloading, or maybe going for Justin Herbert hindsight 2020.
Oh, man, how sweet Herbert would
what
be.
the fuck,
I
man?
don't think there was ever a better year to trade back than this last season.
Yeah,
the
but-
fact that we whiffed on that is
We didn't whiff. The problem was we set ourselves up to fail because we said we
mandate.
had to win
The
this
mandate.
year.
Yep.
And if we didn't say that, Bob Quinn can step back and say,
and draft
let me trade
two,
back.
yeah,
Let me
whoever.
build this team.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a great take.
Actually, that's something Adam and I have been talking about a lot just in general, like stepping back, seeing big picture instead of being the worker bee and working in the moment, because it gives you a different perspective. And then when you have that win now mentality and you don't win now, like you just screwed everything. And I'm glad it actually ushered out the fat man and his pencil. So it worked out in the long run, but whatever.
The fat man and his pencil.
That's right. Get out of here, Patricia. Nobody likes your kind. Fucking Patriot way.
Man, get it out of here.
You
Go
know what?
back east, bro.
Unfortunately, the Patriot way we adopted was the 2020 Patriot way, where they absolutely suck dick. And
50-50 at best. 50 at best.
Yeah.
500, baby.
So I don't want this Patriot way. We need Tom Brady. Then we can go for the Patriot way. Amendola, not enough. Not enough of the Patriot way.
Who are we going to? Yeah, I guess we're probably not going to sign any Patriots this offseason. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, we've given enough of their alumni money.
Yeah, and
the old England Patriots is what we used to be. Now we got to be the new Chiefs.
I love that. I love that.
The Detroit football team. That's what we'll call ourselves instead of the Chiefs.
How about the Detroit Chefs?
I like that. Remember that commercial when the Snickers guy fucked up the end zone?
I think you spelled that wrong.
I think you spelled that wrong. All right, so the Lions, we'll get into our predictions coming up in about 10, 15 minutes, but we want to get into some fantasy football talk right now. If you are playing fantasy football right now, you're either in the championship or you're fighting to get in the championship.
Correct.
Or I guess you're fighting for the toilet bowl.
Yep.
You know, like in our league, we have a secondary playoff for the #1 overall seed.
Correct. Well, the #1 pick in our rookie draft.
Yeah.
At this point, if you're paying attention to fantasy, you're still in it some way or another.
Pew, pew.
Absolutely.
And what are we, Anson?
What's that?
We're still in it.
We are still in it.
That's right,
we
baby.
are still in it. It would be great to be talking about a Stick and Anson final next week.
I would love that. Nothing more than that.
Yeah. I know we both.
But I got to take down Pat this week. I'm coming for you, Pat.
Yeah. I got Gino out west. In fantasy, there's a lot of guys out. Alex Smith has been ruled out. To me, that kind of kills Terry McLaurin's value. Sorry.
I know.
Debo is out. That means Brandon Ayuk is an absolute must fucking start. 56 targets over his last 5 weeks. Julio Jones is out. That means bad news for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julio!
Antonio Gibson's out. Galladay's out. Mike Thomas is out. More bad news for me. Duke Johnson is out. That means David Johnson is going to have all the carries. Damian Harris is out over in New England. Who cares? Because you never start a New England running back anyway. A couple of game time decisions that are pretty important. Jamison Crowder, you might be starting him. James Conner. James Conner looks like he might possibly sit out, but the biggest one for me is AP as a game time decision.
Yeah, that totally changes the game plan, and I don't see them using Swift a lot. Like, I think we're going to see another 7-carry game out of him just because you got to protect that asset right now.
I agree.
Especially if you're playing for nothing. Like, let's see what Kerryon Johnson's got. Let's see what he's still got in the tank before next season.
I hate that he has been phased out so much because he is a fucking player.
He is, but, I mean, it's pretty clear that Swift is a better athlete and better overall running back. Adrian Peterson is a better power back than him. So
is he?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yes.
Man, I would rather have Kerryon on the field than AP at this point in their careers.
What?
At their point in their careers?
What?
Yes.
What?
Dude,
how the fuck do we let him come here?
Thank you. Thank you.
No, he's talking about
you. No, you. How are we even letting you here?
Whatever.
What the fuck?
Dude,
These guys over here sucking AP, and he's, oh, come on, man. Is he clipped over 50 yards per carry? Has he gotten
50 yards per carry?
Has he got more than 50 yards in a game?
Oh, yeah.
What, like
his first game
Has
out?
Kerryon?
First game out.
66?
What has Kerryon done?
Kerryon has gotten like 3 or 4 touches a game.
And what has he done with them?
Bro, come on.
You gotta take advantage of
You have to have game flow.
You're getting yourself into the wrong argument here, man.
Yeah, this backfield was Kerryon's for 2 years and he couldn't do anything with it.
I want to hear from you guys at home. Who would you rather see getting the rock, Kerryon or AP?
AP.
They'd rather see me than Kerryon.
Would you rather see a future surefire Hall of Famer who is still putting up multiple touchdown games and trucking people at the goal line, or a guy who has never reached his potential? That's really what you're asking right now, man.
They don't use Johnson the right way. Thank you, Stephanie.
Okay, that's fine. AP all day. 3 APs in a row.
What are you talking about?
JP, Corey, and Promo Dave. Kerryon is a joke from JP. I mean, it's, listen.
I can't get over the leaves in the mouth, man.
I know, and what the fuck is that? Like, if we had Kareem Hunt on this team, would you be crying about him kicking a bitch?
Not anywhere near. I don't even want to talk about what he did, but he had Mr. Peterson's whipping room where he would get leaves and shove them in the kid's mouth so that the neighbors couldn't hear him yelling.
You can tell you were a coddled child.
No, bro, I got my ass whooped.
My dad used to reach for his leather belt and whoop my ass.
But did he shove leaves in your mouth to keep you quiet?
No, but he shoved a belt in my mouth to bite down on when he whooped
really?
my ass. Yes. Like, I'm telling you, that's just like the Southern and the Western mentality, man. You whoop your kids. You get a switch. You make them go pick out the switch. So while they're walking to the tree, they can think about what they did. Like, that's just how it is, man.
Blake Gregory, I agree. AP is garbage right now.
Okay, but what about everybody else? AP. If they let AP run his way, he'd be great. And I think that's true. I'm taking, at this stage in his career, yes, he's on the downtrend, but there's no way I'm taking Kerryon Johnson over AP.
So what do you do with Kerryon next year then?
That's what I want to see. That's why I want to ride his ass out for these next 3 games and see if we really got something still.
So AP,
or present him so we have trade bait later, like, hey, man, look what this guy did the last 3 games.
AP shouldn't be playing then?
No.
Because that was my point.
No, your point wasn't your point.
No. I said I would rather see Kerryon in the games right now than AP. I would much rather.
You said you'd take Kerryon over AP.
At this point in their careers, absolutely. I would take them going forward.
How?
AP's
producing much better.
At this young age over fucking AP at 37 or 32. He's what, 34 now?
Yep.
Okay, I would much rather have
AP for the next year and a half, will be a better running back than Kerryon Johnson.
Okay.
He already is a better running back than
And he's
Kerryon
been.
Johnson.
That's the point.
Right, that's the thing.
he's a Hall of Famer, of course.
Right.
But at 34.
What have you seen out of Kerryon to give you that he's
what
better?
has AP done for us this season to make us a better ball team next year?
Jesus, Anson. Next year?
Do you not watch the football games?
No, we forgot. We didn't let him finish his question because he said next year, which is very important. We signed AP for 1 year, $1 million.
Exactly.
He wasn't a next year
play. Which did nothing to me, but I mean, I guess maybe he's over there giving some tips to Swift and whatnot. But to me, it's only taking carries away from 2 guys that we need to see.
Dude's got like 9 touchdowns.
Of course he does. He gets it at the 3-yard line every time we're there.
And then he puts it in the end zone.
So that's not okay.
I mean, if you guys
you didn't run it for 80 yards and a touchdown.
Right.
So
We
that
could
doesn't
have gone
fucking
and
count.
signed Alex Collins if we need a fucking goal line back, dude.
Alex Collins is not AP.
Because they're all terrible.
We got him for $1 million.
Did you just say AP is terrible?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anson. We're not inviting Anson on the show anymore. What the fuck is this?
You want to fucking get caught up in some 2-yard touchdowns, dude? The guy has not been a good running back. I've been watching all the games.
You're blaming everything on him. Do you watch the Lions? We're not a good run team. Why are you blaming it on Adrian Peterson?
Because I know who Adrian Peterson is. He's not going to be here next year. I'd much rather fucking see Kerryon Johnson get the rock and get a chance and get
do what?
Offense.
And do nothing with it? He'll probably get injured because he's injury prone.
Kerryon Johnson has had his chance to carry the rock and carry the entire team.
How many times has he had? What's the most carries he's had per game this season?
Per game this season? I don't know. He's played in 10
I'm going to
games.
tell you right now.
He's had roughly 8%, roughly 8 carries a game.
He averages 9 carries a game.
You can't do anything with that, man.
And his average rush yard is
3.5.
Sure. What's
AP's?
Long 14. What's AP's average?
3.7, long 27.
You're going just on numbers. You're not looking at the impact. AP is a more valuable.
For a long fucking time, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now, AP's fucking garbage. Kerryon's still in his rookie contract, and we're not even looking at him. Not even watching.
There's a reason.
Because we've looked at him through. Where's he at in his rookie contract? This year 4?
I believe so.
Are we picking up the 5th-year option? You think?
I do 5th-year options get picked up in the NFL at all?
Anson, can I say something?
They don't.
Do you understand how running backs work in the NFL?
I do.
So this is what happens. Running backs, there are only maybe 3 in the league ever at a time that really change your team. The rest, you can plug in and plug out. You don't rely on a running back to carry your team. AP carried a team and took them to the playoffs and won an MVP doing it. Please don't talk shit about AP. Please.
Okay. I get your homage that you're paying to him, but we're not fucking talking about the past. We're talking about
We're talking about now,
AP.
and I'm telling you right now, he makes more of an impact on the field than Kerryon Johnson. And Kerryon Johnson, there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason. Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? There's a reason that the Lions drafted DeAndre Swift in the 2nd round. If that doesn't tell you what you need to hear, I can't have a conversation with you.
And I agree with that. If Kerryon was the man, he's had every opportunity to be the man and show us he's the man, and they drafted Swift.
No one's showing us on this team that they're the fucking man for the last 5 years. Who has stepped up and showed us anything aside from Galladay and stretches?
That's the point. But that's my point.
The point is that the Lions have never given Kerryon an opportunity since his first year.
What do you mean?
They've given him 3 years.
He got hurt, and he hasn't been the same since.
Sure. I mean, you're
going to tell me.
You're going to tell me. All right. I'm over it. Press on.
Oh my God.
His long run for the year is 14 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns, 1 fumble. I mean, I just don't know. how you could say that he's better than
You know what's disrespectful?
Peterson.
Is that on third down, they're actually running pass plays to Adrian Peterson instead of Kerryon Johnson.
That's true, too.
And he drops it all the time.
No, he had a good
He
game.
doesn't drop them. They're usually shit balls, but it's not the point. They're putting AP in those
I'm
down
over it.
situations.
So here's the deal. Fantasy-wise today, who are you starting, AP or are you starting Kerryon?
AP may not even be playing. That's why I even brought it up, because he's game time decision.
Okay, so do you want to see Kerryon or Swift get more carries today?
Of course, Swift. This isn't the conversation.
See, I don't.
I
want to see Kerryon get his run today to either prove what he is or prove that he's shit.
The whole thing that came in here is that Peterson may not play, and I'm happy about that, because I would much rather see fucking Kerryon over these last 3 weeks than I would rather see AP.
I want to see him strictly because either we
Because
can
we
get
need to
value
evaluate
for him.
him.
Yeah, but if he's not good, then what do we do with him?
Kerryon has more value for the Lions going forward than AP ever could.
Of
That's
course,
true.
we signed him for
that's
1
all I
year.
fucking
You're making
said.
a stupid argument. You signed somebody to a 1-year contract. Oh, he has more long-term value. Of course, you signed him for 1 year for a reason.
Yeah, he'll be gone next year. I don't know if we re-sign AP, and if we do, I'm not mad at it. $1 million for that production this year, I'll take that every single year. I thought that was one of the best signings that the Lions have had in a long time because it didn't cost us a thing, and we got great production out of it.
Just enough touchdowns to screw our draft pick.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. I can't even tell you how stupid that statement is. I hate when people say we're going to screw up our draft pick. No, when you pick the wrong guy, it screws up your draft pick.
We are good at both of those.
When you pass on an Aaron Darnold for an Ebron, you screw up your draft pick.
No doubt.
It had nothing to do with where we picked in that draft. It was who we
We're going
picked.
up against somebody that we passed in that draft as well, in Taylor Lewan today.
Yeah. I like Lewan. He's a beast.
He is.
It's just hard to get jacked up over left tackles. Left tackle play.
Right. No doubt.
Like, cool, in the trenches. Even though I do like the big men and watch them beat up on each other. So any other fantasy football starters that you got, Anson, besides AP?
Honestly, I'm more worried about all these guys that are sitting out and making that move in the last hour here, because there's some guys that have popped up on here that I was not expecting to see. The Alex Smith one definitely changes a lot of things for
I hope Haskins
for
balls
McLaurin
out.
owners.
I don't know.
He
I'm not
could.
a whore for McLaurin, and he did fine with Haskins
But what I'm
the
saying though
first
is
time.
McLaurin, can you start him this week?
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Okay.
You dance with the girl you brought. Like that's,
But if you had somebody on the fence that you were feeling pretty equal, would that push him into not starting for you?
See, I do have McKissick as my flex. Like, I got a couple flex options that I could put in there.
Yeah.
I got Dalton Schultz, I got McKissick, and I got DJ Chark. Those are kind of the three I put in there. But at the end of the day, McLaurin has been good to me all season except these last 2 games. So I'm going to roll with them. And now that he's had a week to prepare with Haskins, maybe he'll get more looks. But he only had 6 targets last week. Before that, it was 7, 8, 11, and then 11, 7 was his absolute lowest. So that's what scares the shit out of me. Is the targets going down.
Well, and you really have no idea where Haskins is going to throw the ball.
Right.
He could not even check down to McKissick at all, and McKissick has 1 or 2 catches. Or
Antonio Gibson, where are you, baby? I miss you. I need you. I
gotta
love
miss
you.
him bad right now.
Oh my God, dude! I told you going into the playoffs, my team is limping into the playoffs. Like 10-3 on the regular season, but struggling getting into the playoffs. But that's how the season's been for me. I lost Dak, I lost Kittle, I lost Mixon, I lost Gibson, and that's just.
You've been resilient.
And that's how fantasy football is. That's why you build your depth.
Yeah, 2020 has been a fantasy year of resilience.
Yes, but we knew that going in.
I don't know if we really knew it going in because it was such a new thing, this COVID. But there's been so many injuries and so many guys sitting out, and it's been easily the strangest fantasy season in my career.
Yeah, that's why in our dynasty league specifically, I like to go 4 deep at every position because you never fucking know. I was 4 deep at quarterback this year, and I still got screwed. Like
You're
Dak,
always 4 deep at quarterback,
but Dak gone, Breeze gone, Minshew gone. I thought I had a pretty insulated quarterback squad, and boop,
Your
nothing.
boy Breeze is back this week.
Yeah, I'm not starting him though.
I wouldn't either.
I had to trade for Ben Roethlisberger, and I'm going to go with Ben against Cincinnati this week.
I'm pretty excited about that game tonight, though.
It should be a good game.
Is that that is tonight, right?
Yeah. I got some must starts this week. You want to go through my list of sticks picks?
Please.
It's only 4, 1 at each position.
Please.
These are the guys that sit in the middle of the pack that I think will have a jump up game. And if you're going back and forth on who you should start, these are my suggestions. And you'll be surprised at this one. Quarterback, Baker Mayfield.
Hey, no, Baker's on a he's on a tear to finish the season right now. He looks like he did this first year.
And they're playing the Jets.
Yeah, that's part that concerns me. You can get so far up ahead of the Jets that game flow kind of takes the passing.
Aren't they this week?
No, Cleveland? No.
Who are they playing?
The Rams are playing the Jets.
Who's Cleveland?
Cleveland's playing on Monday night.
Who are they playing then? I thought I have them down as the Jets.
Oh, you're tripping, bro.
Maybe it's next week.
Giants, man.
Oh, it's the Giants.
It was a New York
I had the
team.
wrong New York team written down. My bad. Either way, I'm taking Baker Mayfield.
Well,
the
the
Giants are trending way down.
Well, the Giants have surprisingly a pretty solid passing defense, but they've been able to keep games just honest enough where I think that Baker will be throwing the ball all 4 quarters.
Yeah, so
and that's pretty
I like
important.
Baker Mayfield either way against any New York team this week. Yeah. So
that is the first reasonable thing. Anson has said all day.
Hey, well, I'm glad I could get you two to agree on something. Running back Jonathan Taylor. This is my dog. This is my guy this week. I mean, he's been nothing but trending up. And when he got up to 21.2 miles an hour on that 62-yard run last week, sexy. Just sexy watching that guy just run. And fast dudes in the NFL can't catch how fast this dude is. People thought he was a size and power back. Dude is a speed back.
See, I loved him coming out of Wisconsin, and I loved his agility and speed. And people kept talking about his size, and finally we're starting to get a glimpse of that agility and that speed.
And Indy's ramping him up, which is awesome. Wide receiver, I got Chase Claypool, another rookie that should be on the radar. I look for Pittsburgh to get right this week against Cincinnati, and he's a guy that's going to get right all over Cincinnati's face.
He's the number 3 wide receiver there. You'd start him in week 15?
Yeah. Cincinnati's got nothing to play for.
He's just like feast or famine, and Cincinnati's so bad they might not even be throwing the ball in the second half.
No, I see the Steelers using this game as like a get right game. Like, we got to get our passing game back on track. Like, we're just going to keep pounding these guys till we get it right. Because the last 2 weeks for the Steelers have been a struggle. And so this is their get-right game going into the playoffs. And you have to – if they don't get right during this game, they're not going to win a Super Bowl.
Well, and they've got the Bills 1 game behind them who have the tiebreaker on them. So this is a must-win for them.
It's a must-win. Cincinnati has nothing to play for.
Sure. I actually think that it is a get-right game, but I think it's a get-right game for their running game.
Okay.
Their running game has been brutal for the last 5-6 weeks. Connor's dinged up. They might be sitting him just – to kind of get him ramped up, like you said, for the playoffs, get his health going. But they've got a bunch of young guys there that haven't really been able to take the rock and be the number 2 there. I think that they kind of use this game to find that guy. I don't think it's Benny Snell.
Hope it's Anthony McFarland.
I was just going to say that.
Tight end Jonnu Smith. Coming back from an injury last week, kind of laid a dud, but those are those games where you're just getting the speed back and stuff like that. And he's playing the Lions,
The Lions do like to give him up to the tight end, man.
Yeah, and especially during this game when you know you got to stop the run, you know you got to protect the outside. It leaves Jonnu Smith pretty much just running alone in the middle of the field against Davis.
Yeah, Jonnu's really struggled the second half. I'm not a huge fan of that one either. Now, I did want to talk about the running back that you selected, because the running back that I selected were our rookies that we drafted in our league this year, and that's Cam Akers and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
2 guys that have been enigmas all season and all of a sudden look to be league winners right now.
Cam Akers, me and you both knew what was going to happen with Cam Akers once they decided to give him the rock. Jonathan Taylor, he's been kind of flirting all season, and now he's putting it in.
Clicked, and he's getting the rock.
He was just warming you up all season. Now he's like, Pyah!
Doesn't hurt having that offensive line either.
No, Power Football rankings had them as the 3rd offensive line last year, so you knew he was coming into the best situation. And when Marlon Mack went down, you figured they were just going to turn it over to him and he was going to go fucking nuts. Took a while to get through Wilkins, took a while to get through all those guys, but now the cream has risen to the top.
Yeah, I was going to say, how much do you love Naheem Hines and Jordan Wilkins, man?
I don't.
I bet you hate those guys.
I hate both of those guys, those touchdown-stealing assholes.
Now, Taylor really looks to be a league winner, man, at this point. And Cam does as well. I'm excited to see what both those guys come up with this weekend.
Yeah. Let's see. Make sure you share this Facebook Live. Make sure you guess who's going to score the first touchdown and the final score of the game so you can get qualified or into the running for that $1,000. We got a bunch of guesses today, but make sure you share this post too. We got to make sure you share it. Your boy Justin Spiro's in the chat.
Is he?
Yeah.
Did he get us a guess?
No, he didn't get us a guess.
Justin, is he talking shit about Manson at least?
No, he calls Anson Tyler Durden. That's what he calls him from Fight Club. You ever seen Fight Club?
We go way back, man. We sat right by each other at the Pistons games back in the aught years.
Yeah, so he's heard how wrong you are all the time.
Adam has had it out for you the last 2 weeks.
Right, man.
I think it's because you pissed him off with your Baker Mayfield extravaganza in here a couple weeks ago. When you said,
Can I explain the story?
He already had it out for me well before
No. Here, guys, you're going to love this.
Okay.
So we're sitting in here watching the football game, and the whole time, Anson is Baker Mayfield, 5 for 5, 70 yards, 12 of 14, 2 touchdowns, and he keeps going and going and going. And he's like sucking this guy up.
You know
and
why?
then we're like, oh, do you have him on your team?
Because I care
and he's
about
like, no, I
Woodward-
benched him.
Because I care about Woodward Sports and being right here for you guys way more than I do about my fantasy squad. That's the truth.
But
man.
you should take your own advice, right?
No, not when you got Lamar fucking
You
Jackson.
can't. Nobody should take your advice if you
Did I
don't
get
take
the
it. That's some
W?
bullshit.
I'm in the Final Four of both of my fucking leagues. That's
What do you play with the idiots? Like I care?
Hey, I'm right here. hey.
right.
So you guys want to get into some prop bets, or if you guys have any questions on who you should be sitting or starting in your fantasy football
Did we do
league-
our game picks?
No, we're gonna get to that. I want to do some prop
Okay.
bets for the next 5 minutes, then we'll get into our game picks. Is that cool?
I like it.
All right, let's get into some fun prop bets. These are all Detroit-based prop bets.
Okay.
I got 5 of them. I want flash round between Anson and Adam. Y'all ready for this? Y'all
Let's
ready
do
for
it.
this? Okay.
Flash means I have to say it fast.
Running back DeAndre Swift to score a touchdown. Prop bet. Do you take that? Do you take that bet? Anson, go first.
No, not this week.
Not this week.
If he plays, yes.
If he plays, yes.
Well,
he is playing.
Okay, but so if AP doesn't play, then I would say yes. But I think I think we would both say yes if AP doesn't
All
play.
concerned, everything that could possibly happen, I think he scores today.
You think he scores?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're gonna play him, yeah.
It's plus 120 on that bet. So if you wanna call up and do that one, Matthew Stafford under 271.5 passing yards. You taking the over or the under 271.5?
I'll take the under.
And I'm going over.
Ooh, what do you think? How many?
I think that
Does he clear 300?
I think he hits right at about 300.
All right, what are you thinking, Adam? Like around 250?
Like 251, 260.
Okay. All right, so you guys have the under on that. Another one for Swift. DeAndre Swift over 73.5 rushing or total yards. That's rushing and receiving.
I'm gonna let him start this one off.
All right, go ahead, Adam.
This is a tough one.
Total yards, not just rushing.
No,
total.
I'm gonna do the under.
You're gonna do the under. All right.
We're gonna disagree on all three. I'm going over.
What are you putting his numbers at?
I think he'll be in the high 80s, low 90s.
High 80s, low 90s. Adam, what are you thinking? 50?
He gets about 40, 50 yards. I don't think they're gonna give him a full load today.
Yeah, I don't think they're either. But you get him a couple catches out of the backfield, he may bust a yard. I don't know. I would take the over on that one personally. Danny Amendola, 37.5 receiving yards. In the last 6 games, he's totaled 331 yards on 33 targets. Any game he sees more than 3 targets, he is a lock to go over 40 yards. So do you think he's going to go over 37.5?
I'd say yes.
You say yes? Adam?
42 yards.
I'm gonna take under.
You're going to take the under?
I think he gets moved out of the day. I think it's Cephas.
Oh, that's a rookie that we haven't really talked much about. I mean, we've touched on him, especially early in the season when he was filling in for Kenny Golladay. I would love to see Cephas have a breakout game. And then here we go. Finally, Matthew Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdowns. These are great prop bets today.
I'm going over.
You're going over?
Assuming he doesn't get taken out in the third or in the second quarter for bad rib.
Oh, jeez.
Which could happen.
Yeah, he's going to get fallen on pretty hard today.
Yeah.
Adam, what do you got?
That's a
Matthew
major
Stafford?
concern for me today.
That's my favorite bet out of all of them.
Yeah, 1.5.
It's actually challenging.
Yep.
I got to take the over on that. It's hard to see him finishing the game with one touchdown.
We agree on one thing
I mean,
today.
it's 2 touchdowns. I think that's pretty standard for a Stafford-type game, unless they, get
Especially
it down.
because they're going to lose the game. So
Unless AP poaches a couple of those, goal line carries if he is playing. Those are our prop bets for today, and I think you guys should bet on all of them. I would love to see you guys actually put some money. I mean, you still owe me and Adam like the nicest dinner ever. So
I owe you and Joe.
Was it me and Joey?
Yeah.
I thought it was Adam.
No, it was me.
It was Adam.
Anson just doesn't want to admit how
you
wrong
bet
he's
us
been
that
the
a
last
wide
3 weeks.
receiver for Denver would have a better game than Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, we didn't shake on that. That was ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
No, we were talking about Britton Kittle, whatever his name is. What is that dude's name?
Killian Hayes?
That's how stupid your pick was.
Right.
No, I was being ridiculous on that one.
You were being ridiculous. That's why I took the bet.
Of course.
I only bet on
But
sure
no, I
things.
definitely owe you and Joey one for sure.
So let's get into our Lions picks of the game. Obviously, we can go through people guessing the scores. Titans 24-21. A.J. Brown with the first touchdown. A.J. Brown 38-20 Titans. Henry scores first. Titans win 34-24. Everybody is taking the Titans. Anson, what is your pick? What is your point spread? What are you doing?
I am taking the Lions to cover.
To cover the 11 or the 9.5?
To cover the 9.5.
Okay, they're going Lions to cover the 9.5.
I see it 30-21, so it's going to be under. Tennessee puts it on them.
Okay.
And he gets the win.
30-21?
Yeah.
That's not really putting it on them.
I mean, yeah, when you know Detroit scores a touchdown in the last couple minutes because it was 30-14, it's putting it on them.
Adam, what do you think about today's game score? And
Did he pick
who's gonna
his
score your
first person to score a touchdown?
Just
Yeah.
to say, who's scoring the first touchdown?
I haven't decided on that one yet. You're going to have to give me a little bit
You
more.
have to decide.
Okay,
Oh, I
well,
know,
by
but
the time we get back to you, it's like we're
for
ordering
sure,
at a
for
restaurant.
sure.
All right, Adam, go ahead. What do you got?
I've got the Titans special team scoring a first touchdown.
Yeah, we pay double if the special team scores.
And I've got final score 37-18.
37-18 Titans?
Mm-hmm.
Big win.
Who on the special teams is going to score the touchdown? Is it going to be like a kick return, punt block?
I think it's going to be a punt return or it's going to be a defensive touchdown. One of the two. But it counts for both, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. So my picks for the game today, you guys are going to be shocked. I'm going to pick the Lions to lose today.
That's the first time this season, isn't it?
First time all season.
15-1, baby. 15-1.
And I don't see how they can stop Derrick Henry, and that's what scares the shit out of me about this game. I think they have the potential to do it. I think if our offense opens up, I'm not in love with the Titans defense. But all that being said, I just don't see how we can stop all their weapons. If we do shut down Derrick Henry, we're not going to be able to shut down their wide receivers. If we do shut down the wide receivers and Derrick Henry, we're not going to be able to shut down Jonnu Smith. If we do shut down Jonnu Smith, Ryan Tannehill is going to run for 115 yards. The Titans are a very well-built football team. They're a very good football team. We allow a lot of rushing yards. They amass a lot of rushing yards. This is a recipe for us to just get plowed. I think we'll still be competitive, but I do see the Lions losing 33-21.
I feel like it's a trap game now that you've picked against the Lions.
God damn it, man.
I worked it in.
31.
Dude, every game is a trap game with this guy.
Week,
What are we doing here?
It's a trap. It's a trap. So 33-21. I do want to see the Lions be competitive, though. That's what I want to see in this game. I want to see them wear Derrick Henry out. Like, if I was coaching the Lions this week, my whole game plan would be 8 in the box, let's pound these motherfuckers in the face, because we're not going to out-finesse them, so we got to out-physical them.
Yeah, we're going to be playing
you'll be down
catch-up.
21-0 if you do that.
You're going to be 21-0 anyways. I mean, how do you stop them, Adam? If my game plan doesn't work, give me the game plan, motherfucker.
This is one of the most annoying football teams to play. They can do everything very well.
Yeah.
And because they have Derrick Henry, you have to stack the box, and then you have an A.J. Brown, a Corey Davis, a Jonnu Smith. It's like...
It's almost unfair. Like, I thought the NFL was supposed to be about balance. We don't have any of those guys.
This game, man, this is the type of game when the Lions are just don't have a shot. This is when they surprise everybody.
Yeah.
Does
really
Anson
is.
know our locks of the week?
Oh, yeah, shit. We didn't even get into those. Let's. You want to cover those real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
Go ahead. Why don't you announce them? And then we'll address them.
All right. Anson, first game. New England, Miami. Who you got?
Miami.
Stick?
I'm going to take New England in that game. I like what Belichick does against rookie quarterbacks. It's tough for them against the Belichick defense.
That's a real nice take.
Yep. Who do you got?
I've got Miami.
You got Miami? All right.
Yeah,
I'm
but
take
I
the
think
Pats.
it's a very close game.
He hates agreeing with me.
No, he loves Miami, but he knows this is not an easy game with Belichick's defense.
It's a hard game. Like, this will be like a 21-18, 21-19 game.
It's going to be a good game, for
yeah.
sure.
All right, what's the next one?
No, it's going to be ugly.
But, yeah.
Next one is Chicago, Minnesota.
God, the Bears looked really good last week, man. This is a tough game for me to pick. Like, this is literally a coin flip. I think the Bears have found a little bit of magic bringing Trubisky back, and I take the Bears over the Vikings this week.
Who the fuck is this guy?
I knew the Bears were going to suck after they started 5-1, but after what I saw last week, like, Trubisky's not a shitty quarterback.
No, he's not.
He hasn't had the support of the organization. They've been fucking with him for 3 years.
Yep. Yeah,
What about you, Ensign?
I originally went with Minnesota, then I went back to Chicago. My pure hate for Chicago is going to allow me to pick Minnesota.
Okay.
Because I'm really on the fence on this one.
Dalvin Cook's amazing.
I'm with Stick.
You're with me?
I got Chicago.
I can't believe we've come around on Chicago like we have.
Yeah.
Well, many factors into that.
Right. But they look good
And I
last
still
week.
think Kirk Cousins is an accident waiting to happen.
Best, yeah. Is this in Minnesota? This is in Minnesota, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
That's just enough to keep me on the fence. If this is
I
in
have the
Chicago,
Bears defense in going the majority of my DraftKings lineups, by the way, full disclosure.
And then we got Kansas City and New Orleans. This is going to be a fun game to watch, especially if Drew Brees is playing. Because I think they're going to do the platoon quarterback now with Drew Brees. Like, even if Brees plays, he's only going to get like 60% of the snaps, I think. They're going to put Taysom Hill in the game a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this game, but you got to take Kansas City, right?
I am taking Kansas City. I think this is the best game on the docket for this week as well, too.
Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch, man.
Real exciting game.
I'm excited
Yeah, this is the only game we're all going to agree on, Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Now, I think that New Orleans, they, like you said, they're going to be kind of bringing a tandem quarterback option today.
Yep.
But I don't know whether that's going to kind of confuse their whole flow or whether it's going to confuse the Kansas City's defense.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill, to me, when he's in the game, he's not throwing the ball. When Drew Brees is in the game, he's not running the ball.
This is true.
So, because
This is the Alvin Kamara game.
Yeah, because they're so polar opposites, it's like, all right,
Michael Thomas is out. Emmanuel Sanders is really the only deep threat.
Yeah.
It's a tough game for
New
Orleans.
And Kamara owners are going to be real happy to hear that because Taysom killed their fantasies. A lot of people miss the fantasy playoffs because of Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Taysom Hill, you're not a quarterback. It's okay. But it's okay. I mean, that's kind of the way the NFL's going right now. You got Lamar Jackson, who is a quarterback, but he leans more Taysom Hill than he does Drew Brees.
What did he throw, like 17 balls last week?
Amazing.
It's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, but he ran for like 140.
How about the Willis Reed reenactment that he pulled last week?
Oh, when he went to take a shit and came back? That's not Willis Reed.
Well, bro, he was hurt.
He wasn't hurt. He was pooping.
He wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Bullshit.
He was pooping.
He was pooping.
You really think he was pooping?
Yes.
That long? That was a
Dude,
long
look how he
shit.
ran down the tunnel. His ass cheeks were all tight.
Clenching his asshole.
For a guy that had cramps, he was running pretty well.
It was that. We've all had that run, baby, and that was not a cramp. What he had to do was go take a shit, so he didn't take one and do it in his pants.
The dude comes out at 4th and 5, down a point, and throws a touchdown pass. That was a pretty awesome moment.
I like this comment. I think KC New Orleans is a Super Bowl preview, and I wouldn't hate that matchup.
No, that'd be a fun one.
I'd hate it.
You'd hate it.
That's not a fair matchup.
Well,
no Michael Thomas. It's like a boring game to watch.
Michael Thomas is just sitting so that they can have him for
I
the
know.
playoffs.
I know. I'm just saying, right, the game today is boring.
But New Orleans has a great defense,
A great defense?
good defense.
You throw that word around too easily,
They have
man.
the number 4
Your standards are
They
very
have the
low.
number 4 rushing defense in the league.
All right, well, we'll discuss the Super Bowl on the next show, but we got to get out of here. We got like an hour before game time. That means you got about an hour to share this. Get your guesses in. Make sure you're getting in that $1,000 running because we want to give that money away today. But you got to get your guess in by 1 o'clock. So make sure you share this before 1 o'clock. Make sure you get your guess in before 1 o'clock so we can get you that $1,000. Because if you don't play by the rules, you don't get the $1,000.
It'd be great Christmas with that $1,000.
It would be. You guys have a great Sunday. Go Lions! Go Lions! Prove me wrong!
It would be great.